Hey lovelies, it's Kate. Welcome back to another Sims 4 speed build. I'm so excited because it's finally time to build a high school. The Sims 4 high school years is out and I decided to build a gigantic high school. So I started to work on this shell before the pack came out. So I'm building in Windenburg here because I just needed some other 64 by 64 lot because I knew that this would be the lot size for the high school in the new world. So I just started to build the shell here. I was just so excited to work on the high school. I wanted to be ready, so I just built the shell first. And later on in the video, I'm going to place this lot on the new lot in the new world. I think it's called Copperdale. And yeah, but for now, here I'm building in Windenburg, just to clear up any confusion in case you're watching this and you are like, that's not Copperdale. And I have to say, the light is so much better in Windenburg. The light in Copperdale is like super green and the shadows are so weird. Like I've tweeted about this. The shadows are so harsh when it's afternoon that it's like they are pitch black essentially. It looks super weird, almost like a glitch. And I remember like in the live stream, when they were showing off the curved walls for the very first time, a lot of people were like, yeah, I'm so concerned about all these black lines. It seems to be a visual glitch. I hope they are going to fix this. But it turns out this wasn't a glitch. It's just the shadow in Copperdale. And I have no idea what's going on. This is why I tweeted about this, because it doesn't make sense to me. And I'm also not a fan of the green light. You will see this later in the video. I have no idea what's going on. But I mean, generally, I have to say I'm so impressed with Build By. The pack seems to be so cool. And I started to work on the shell right after the update for the curved rooms came out. This is why I'm working on a round room, as you can see here. So this is kind of the first time where I'm really using the update. So the first time I'm really building something using the update. So not only some type of tutorial or review, but here I really went to town and started to use the curved rooms to build something. And I wanted to combine two different styles. I wanted to have this very traditional high school look that you always see in the US, especially in some movies. So it's really over the top. It looks really old, and I really made use of the new objects and the pack. I'm going to do that later on, as you will see. But I also wanted to have a modern vibe, which is why I've built this gigantic round section on the left side where I've used these big windows from Eco Lifestyle. So I wanted this to look like a addition to the original building. This is also where I'm going to build a gymnasium. So there will be a basketball court on the inside. And I wanted this to look like an expansion of the original build. So maybe they built the school a long time ago and then they wanted to expand the build, and this part of it is like more modern. I really like when like different architectural styles are combined, and I feel like for public buildings, for schools, this is oftentimes the case, and I just wanted to make this look extra interesting. So yeah, this is just the shell. I used a round piece in the center, as you can see. This is going to be some type of flower bed. I'm going to build lots of areas where the Sims can hang out on the outside as well. And this here is just a staircase leading up to the area where I'm going to build the basketball court. I just wanted this to look really fancy, and I also wanted this to be like really accessible, so Sims don't have to walk through the whole building to reach a specific area. This just makes it better, and I just used round rooms in different areas. Like this area, for example, here in the back, I'm going to expand it, and this is going to be an art classroom. So just like any lot type in The Sims 4, there is a specific list of requirements, and you just have to meet the requirements, and then a community build is functional. And I just wanted to add something that's a bit more interesting. So instead of just building a regular classroom, I also wanted to include a really big art classroom. So there will be lots of canvases and stuff. There are also lots of regular classrooms, of course. But I just wanted to use this big round area for something special because I'm going to use so many windows. It's very bright, sun flooded, and I thought, okay, this has to be a art classroom, or maybe for making music, like something like this, because I don't know what it's like in a US high school, but like in my experience, at least over here in Germany, classrooms for like art or music were always a bit different and special, like the layout, and I just wanted to like make it a bit more fun. Especially because it's so bright and sun flooded due to other windows, it's just perfect to paint on an easel, I guess. I then decided to build a small parking lot. There is a parking lot which is like part of the world, like around the high school in the back, but I wanted to just add some bikes, which I'm going to do at the end of the video. I added some debug cars, so it looks like the parking lot for the teachers maybe, or some of the kids. I mean, you could already drive at 16 in the US, so like this kind of stuff. And I know that it's like not really, it doesn't make a lot of sense, like the whole placement, but I just did my best here. I used the lighting straps from Spa Day to create the parking lot, and I also placed a debug school bus over there, but I couldn't do this here at this point because the pack wasn't out yet. It's just the shell in Windenburg. So I was trying to prepare everything. I didn't want to place too many objects that I would have to change later on, like for example the windows. So did not place any windows here yet because I knew that I would like to use the ones from the new pack. So I was really hesitant at this point. I didn't want to place too many objects because I knew that I like had to change everything later on. I also actually changed the stairs, but I really wanted this to look like a modern yet traditional school. I just wanted to have this vibe, and I was having some trouble with the freezes again. The thing is, when you build a house the way I do, or any build, I just expand a build section by section, and then sometimes you have to use the custom room tool to go over the whole build, like each level, so it's fully closed, and then you can apply freezes. The problem is you can't really do that when you have a round room, and it's like a bit confusing. Also, I mean, I have made 2 videos about the update now, and I think now it's time to maybe just talk about the whole situation like more freely and like share my thoughts here. I really like the update, obviously, because I'm really in love with anything that's round shaped. I feel like it's really game changing. I really love like any big addition to build mode, and I really enjoyed the update, but I have to say it's like more glitchy than I could ever imagine. Like, I'm still grateful. I just hope that there will be a patch, because like if you should download this build from the gallery or the tray files and you replace it, you will see that a lot of stuff is just not really working out. Like, I posted about this on Twitter as well. I wanted to build just a floor piece, like I wanted to add a floor piece to the ground, and I had built a round room on top of a foundation in the back of this build, and when I did this, it kind of raised the terrain in a weird way. Can't even explain it. Like, it was super glitchy, so I got rid of this. So I just used a hatch in this area so I wouldn't have to use a floor piece. Like, it's really confusing. Also, I built these towers in the front of the high school, and at the very top I've raised the platform on top just so I would have a height difference. Platforms are super fun for roofing, especially for round roofs. I've made a tutorial about roofing round rooms. And yeah, I can just recommend using platforms in some cases, and that's what I did. And it's also that it's like the worst glitch ever. It's not looking good. I did not remove it because I just hope that there will be a patch, and I mean, it's just a visual glitch. It's still functional, but there are a lot of things going wrong at this point, and we definitely need an update. Also, like when you use a platform and you lower it into the ground, like the round one that I've like lowered into the ground in the front where I'm going to build the flower bed. Also some horrible glitches. Then I built a round room, and when I like took a look at the inside, there was like a weird floating circle. I can't even tell you how many glitches there are. I still think that it's great, and I still think that it's functional, because in theory you can build all these things, as you can see here. there are lots of curved rooms and it's looking great, but there are some visual glitches in some areas, and yeah, we definitely need an update. And sometimes I feel like building glitches are something that it just takes a while to resolve them. I don't know why, maybe because it's more difficult to resolve them, but on these laundry lists for the longest time, we only saw gameplay issues, and I just hope that this will be one of the priorities because it's such a cool feature and it just needs some tweaking. We just need a couple of fixes. I just wanted to talk about this more freely and like ramble, because that's not really possible in a tutorial type of video where I'm just explaining something very specifically, so I just wanted to share my thoughts here. And here you can see like the platforms at the top that I've talked about, and there's like this glitch in the back, luckily in the back, because like it would look horrible like when you look at the build and you are playing and you like mostly see it from the front and this would look so weird. And here I just raised a platform and I added these benches, and also here you just saw where I like removed these armchairs and then I placed these benches on the inside because I realized that these exist. But later on I'm going to remove them again because in the new pack there are benches which are kind of perfect for this kind of thing. So I just made lots of changes to this build. But yeah, overall I'm really happy when it comes to build by. I can't wait to build a residential lot. I have a very special and fun idea for this and I can't wait to build it and to show you. But first I wanted to finish a high school because it's the high school years pack, so it's all about high schools. So this was my main priority, but I also have another fun idea and I just can't wait to work on a residential lot because in build by there's so many really exciting objects for regular houses, residential lots, stuff that I couldn't use here, and I'm just so excited to use all the other objects. The columns are amazing. I mean, the windows are perfect for a school, not really something that I'm excited for in general. Like I don't really see myself using them for residential lots often, but I like the columns. I'm going to use them all the time for sure. I like the stairs, and yeah, here at this point, by the way, we are in Copperdale and I'm like using all the new objects. The fence is amazing, the exterior trim, I really like the build by stuff, and this like roof decoration or whatever you would like to call it that can be used for the school really made it look like a school. And I've used some OCC gallery art for this. I'm going to add the name to the description and also in the gallery as always, because at the very beginning you might have spotted the high school sign, and this is no CC gallery art, so someone uploaded the alphabet and I just spelled out high school on the exterior to make it look extra interesting. And yeah, I'm going to add the ID to the description, and yeah, both in the gallery and the video, so you can check this out yourself. I think it's always fun to just add something like this, especially to a community lot, because it just makes sense to have a sign like this. Here I'm adding lockers, and these are single lockers. And there's another version, and it's always 2 lockers combined. And in the requirements, it would only count the other ones. So I had to remove all of them. And then I built the new ones. And yeah, this is the cafeteria. I wanted this to be very spacious, and I wanted to have lots of tables and chairs, and this is kind of the main area. But then it's like connected to the round section, and there I'm just going to add another table, but also these new armchairs so the Sims can just hang out. So this is like a area where your Sims can take a break. I also added a TV. My idea was to have a TV just for, I don't know, in information purposes for the school. Like maybe they could use it to show something that's important, but in reality your Sims will probably just watch TV, but this was kind of my idea. So it would be used like this because I still wanted this to look realistic, but yeah, in reality maybe your Sims can just use it if they like take a break and they just need some fun because they have to fill their need. Maybe the TV might help in this case, I'm not really sure. And yeah, I also love the new wallpapers. Like initially I had used the ones from Discover University before the pack was out. You can still see it in one of the rooms, but it then changed all of that. The flaws from the base game, and I think it's perfect. I don't know why, maybe I'm wrong, but this blue color just looks like something you'd see in a school. I don't know, like when I think of High School Musical, everything is a bit colorful, but not too colorful. And I was going for this vibe. I wanted this to look like a real school, which is also why I did not clutter too much. I wanted this to look a bit empty and just like a public school, like this type of vibe. But I still wanted this to be a bit happy and colorful, which is why I chose all these quite colorful swatches for the floor and the desks and all that. And there are like 4 main classrooms right at the entrance, kind of like your Sims enter the school, you see all these lockers, and behind them you will have 4 classrooms. The cafeteria is behind this area, and then the football court thing is on the level above, and I just wanted to make sure that it's big enough. And at first I was afraid that it's too small, but then when I was furnishing this, I realized that it's not too small. Like there's everything your Sims will need, and yeah, I'm just so excited. I just added more and more rooms to this and levels, and it just got bigger and bigger. The whole build is huge. This is the art classroom. I've used debug objects from Get Famous, like some of these canvases are from Get Famous, and then the one that looks like a shelf is from the base game. I used lots of easels, and I just wanted to have a big table in the center where the Sims would come together, paint, draw, work on something together, but I also placed individual desks. So in reality, it's just a regular classroom, but I wanted to add something that's a bit fun. As I said earlier, I felt like this specific room just looked extra special because of the shape and all the windows. I just wanted to turn this into a very extra fun room, and I think some of the clutter is a bit random, but yeah, I don't know, like this is probably also like the German influence, like my school experience, but this is how I think of these art classrooms and stuff, so I wanted to include something like this. I built 2 bathrooms on this level. There's another one right next to the basketball court, as you will see, because I wanted there to be some lockers and showers so the Sims can change. In reality, they're not going to use it this way. In reality, just a additional bathroom probably. This is the principal's office. I just added 2 armchairs, so when the parents are coming to have a conversation with the principal, they can sit down. This kind of stuff. So I wanted this to look realistic, and I wanted to decorate it just a tiny bit, but not too much. So once again, I wanted this to look like a public building and not too cluttered. This is like the shelf thingy for the trophies, and I placed more lockers in the hallway. And this here is the whole bathroom situation right next to the basketball court, so your Sims could change, and yeah, they can just visit the bathroom basically. And I'm also changing all these benches here. These are the new ones from the pack, and I again wanted this to look quite colorful. And there's like this cheerleading mat thingy where the Sims can do some cheerleading on, but I then removed it and I just placed it in the back of the school on the lawn so they could train on the outside. I felt like it was just too crammed in. There wasn't really enough space for this, so I decided to do it this way. I then also wanted to include a library, so I used lots of the new bookshelves and then just tables and chairs so the Sims could like study together, sit down, and all that stuff. So there's just some extra space if your Sims really want to sit down and, I don't know, do their homework or something. So this is just a nice area for that. And I then wanted to build a room where there's like a chess table, maybe some after school activity stuff and just different things, but also a room to maybe just hang out and chill and calm down maybe when they have a break. And I just built so many rooms, I had to fill them with something. I'm just gonna be honest. Like, I added more and more levels to this, and I noticed, okay, these are lots of classrooms, so what am I going to do? And I just decided to turn this into this type of room. I also placed some bikes on the outside because it just makes sense, even though teenagers are driving quite early in the US. I still wanted to include lots of bikes. And yeah, this is it. You can here see lots of screenshots. This build is available in the gallery. My ID is KateEmerald. You can also grab the tray files on my Patreon. And speaking of which, it's time to thank my wonderful Emerald Patreons and my Emerald YouTube members. Thank you so much to Mehmet Ali Baris Khan, Kamar Henderson, Alice Juridi, Charlotte, Asia, Emma Barnes, Lisa Martin, Saturated Spark, Shannon McClam, Telena Lynn, Stephen and Tina Turner. A big thank you to all of you for your gigantic support. A big thank you to all my other Patreons and YouTube members. And of course, a big thank you to all of you who are watching this video. This means the world to me. Thank you so, so much. And yeah, I hope you're all doing well. I hope your Sims will enjoy this high school in case you should grab it from the gallery. And I hope you will have a fantastic day. If you have any questions or just any requests, leave a comment down below. I always love hearing from you. And yeah, I hope you're ready for lots of round builds, also lots of high school years content. I'm just so ready to build. And yeah, I just hope I see you in the next video. Bye bye.